What's going on, guys? It's Riot Tech, and today we're going through an interesting pad for me. And I do want to say just really quick that I've had a ton of personal stuff going on. Hopefully, I can take my first license exam this month, and then I'll have some freedom to do some things outside of work for this month, and then, well, after this month and then the rest of the year, and then probably gonna have to go through some other stuff. But I do still have a bunch of pads I need to go through, and let's get into the review of the Mirai. As always, we have the three main things to talk about. So first, let's get into the base. For the base, Hystar used a pour-on base with Xsoft. It's good. I mean, there's been a lot of other pour on pads, and I mean, it's good. For the stitching, I think they did a really good job. I think I've seen more and more companies starting to do below surface stitching, and I really do think that that's the future for pads, because I mean, it's not like it's super common for you to go over it, but for you to go over and not feel any kind of pause or hit because you just ran right into the side of the pad. Not that it's super common. Maybe for some it is, but it's not. I definitely think that this is going to be good moving in the future. And then when we're talking about the surface, to me, at least with the other pads that I have, the surface, the texture, the texture itself reminds me of a Hien. Again, with the pads that I have to the left of me over here, out of all the pads, this reminds me similar to a Hien, but this is still a control pad, so it's a lot slower than a Hien. The Hien is supposed to be more of a, not necessarily a hybrid, but more of a speed pad, still giving you the control that you want. This is definitely a control pad, and the fact that this is on top of the fact that it's a control pad that they did an Xsoft base is even more of a control pad. Personally, for me, as I've had several other videos before, I tend to lean more towards hybrids with a little bit more speed. So since this is primarily more of a control pad, it's not my personal favorite. But the one thing that I do want to say is there has been, I mean, if we're talking about a Hien, if we're talking about Artisan has not been able and has yet to make a pad that has any kind of design. And for this pad, the amount of effort that they went not into just the pad, but for the design of the pad. Not just for the design of the pad, but for the boxing of this pad and the packaging of this pad. This company, for one of their first primary esports pads, is very intentional about what they're doing. And it might not be my favorite pad, but if you're looking to find a control pad, this is really good. Again, not one of my personal favorites, but I'm sure there are plenty of people who are looking for a control pad, and this might be the one for you. So if you're looking for a control pad, they are having limited editions. This is 71 of 300. I think they're having another drop for the Mirai soon. So if you're interested in a control pad, be sure to check out Hystar. I mean, like I said, this is still a good pad. I just tend to not use control pads. All right, so this one is a little bit more quick, simple, and down straight to the business, but I do want to say a few things. So like I mentioned, I am focusing on my exam this month, so I'm going to try my best to put out videos every Friday like I usually do, but like I said, because I'm focused on that exam, it is a lot. So I mean, I have to make sure that all of my other priorities are straight to make sure that I can come back and start making the videos that I want to. going into the pad one more time, like I said, I'm not a huge fan when it comes to control pads. There's some that I like a little bit more than others, but I tend to go a little bit more towards speed, but not super speed. This pad isn't specifically for me, but like I said, this is still a good quality pad. And if you're looking for a sick design with a control pad, then this might be the one for you. Make sure to check them out. If you have any questions or if you have any comments for things that you want to see or things that you want me to do, always be sure to throw that in the comment section below. Again, I mean, if there's any feedback, anything that you think I could work on, let me know. I'm all about it. But with that being said, I will catch everyone in the next one. Peace.